do all of the basic things that a Christian is quote unquote supposed to do, then how do you make logic, or how do you make sense of you voting for a candidate who's for gay marriage, abortion, and sees nothing wrong with two men kissing each other? But you as a Christian still go out in record number, 80 to 90%, casting your vote for this candidate, even though his policies and his platform are diametrically opposed to what you should be standing for as a so-called Christian. And when you ask the monkey this, when you ask these monkeys, how do you make sense of this, monkey? And you're going to get the same grunts and that you will get if you seen this savage at the local zoo. You would get a better answer if you went to Akron Zoo, Cleveland Zoo, and seen an orangutan stuffing down a bushel of bananas, and you ask that orangutan, hey, Mr. Orangutan, how are you going to vote for Barack Obama when you as a animal is a Christian and his views and policies are diametrically opposed to what you should stand for as a Christian? How are you going to do that, Mr. Monkey? That monkey in that cage at the zoo will give you a better answer than these so-called free two-legged savages walking around in the streets of black America. It is totally buffoonery when you look at this savage. But this is what black people do, and the reason why they do this is because black people are slaves. Now, I hear it all the time. It's not politically correct. It's not something that you're going to hear at the dinner table. You're not going to hear this discussed in the fine etiquette of the NAACP Freedom Fund dinner, where they sit there with all of their white friends and the Jews who helped found the NAACP. You're not going to hear that there. You're not going to hear it at the Urban League when they have their high dollar fundraisers catering to philanthropic white people to donate to the Urban League. You're not going to hear it there. The only place that you're going to hear that is when you come and ask me, and I'm going to politely tell you, hey, the reason why black people do the things they do, the reason why they vote the way they vote, the reason why they still attend those dead churches, socially irrelevant institutions that are nothing but monuments of failure in their communities, the reason why they go there is because they're slaves. You thought they were free. No, this Negro is still a mental slave. He is a mental slave, and you have a community full of sellouts, buck dancing, cooning and buffooning savages who are nothing but modern day slaves. That's the only way you can make heads or tails of this modern Negro, and how he will go out and next year in record number vote for Barack Obama for 4 more years, even though he has gotten absolutely nothing out of Barack Obama's first 4 years. Nothing has changed for this coon. 60% of black men still drop out of high school. 70% of all black babies are still born to single parents. You still have drugs and crime and churches that stalk the black community. You still have big butt, ignorant, scandalous women who have absolutely no morals whatsoever, even though they have Michelle Obama as an example, whatever that means. Nothing has changed for this monkey. But yet and still he will go out in record numbers and vote for this guy simply because he is black. And that lets you know the political stupidity of the American Negro. Now, I know what you're going to say, because I've talked to you monkeys. And I know what you savages are going to say. How can you say that? We going to vote for Barack Obama because he's the lesser of two evils, and the Republicans ain't going to do nothing for it, the Republican Party. So let me tell you something. Sure, the Republican Party has their issues. I'll be the first to admit that. When you look at the current crop of potential candidates who may run against Barack Obama, there's not much there to select from. I mean, Mitt Romney, how are you going to get the Bible Belt, which is the religious base, the base of the Republican Party? How are you going to get that far right-wing religious element in the Republican Party to back you, and you're a Mormon? Ain't going to happen. How are you going to get these sexist white men who still view their white woman as inferior? How are you going to get these sexist white men to support a candidacy of a Sarah Palin or Michelle Bachmann? It ain't happening. Newt Gingrich, you're left over from the Clinton years. Your time is come and gone. I mean, there's not Mike Huckabee. I mean, you're too nice. I mean, there's nothing there. This election in 2012 is Barack Obama's to lose. He can coast this thing to victory if he just don't screw up. And as much as it pains me to say it, that's how it is. But it's not because of you savages. It's not because of you monkeys, because you monkeys are politically irrelevant. For 30 years, black people held the block vote in this country, meaning that they were the deciding factor in elections. And with all of that political power that black people wielded, what have you savages gotten from it? You have absolutely nothing to show. And now that Hispanics has overtaken black people as the largest minority in this country, you are socially, politically irrelevant. They don't even have to come and campaign to you, savage, because you're irrelevant. If every black person would have voted for Barack Obama in this past election, he still would have lost because he needs whites and Hispanics. So he's going to spend his time speaking to Hispanics, going to Hispanic civil rights organizations. He's going to spend his time doing town hall meetings with Hispanics on Hispanic issues and with white people. And we most certainly cannot forget, he will make a few trips to Israel because he's going to cater to the Jews. That's just how it is. But you ain't even on the table. He's not going to even come bother with you. So you are irrelevant. You are left on the sidelines. You're not even a blip on the radar because you have no political clout. You didn't galvanize your political power when you had it. Now that you lost it, you're completely irrelevant, coon. The only thing that you left to do is sit back and fry chicken, listen to homosexual pastors like Bishop Eddie Long, or go dunk a basketball, or stand up on some comedy routine and make white people and Jews laugh while you up there yuck, 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 yuck. That's all you got coming, monkey. You are irrelevant, and you don't have nobody to blame for this but yourself. You brought it on yourself, and nobody else will tell you this, but I will, because this is how much I love you savages. That's right. My love for black people is in what I'm willing to tell you. I'm willing to tell you that which those people who say they love you won't tell you. You're a monkey. You're a coon. You're irrelevant, and you brought it on yourself. So now, as we get ready to enter this election cycle, we're going to hear all of the great phrases from the nigga. I've seen some of these monkeys walk around with a shirt with Martin Luther King on one side and Barack Obama on the other. Barack Obama hats, and the monkey running around with his t-shirt on, and yes we can, and change I can believe in, and we did it. And what did you do? But we create a blight on American civilization. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. The slavery advocates, the pro-slavery advocates tried to warn us that if you let this monkey out of slavery, he is going to destroy your civilization. And I'll be damned if you aren't on the verge of doing that. Because it is a testament. It is a testament of the political ignorance of American Negroes that in 2011, you find yourself a member of a political party that at one time endorsed slavery. The Democratic Party sought to keep your black ass in chains, coon. The Democratic Party was pro-slavery. When will you savages open your eyes to see this? So it's kind of befitting the fact that you're still a slave, that you're still in mental chains, that you still go out and you follow behind liberal white people who are every bit as racist and paternalistic to you monkeys as the slave master was back on the slave plantation some 400 years ago. You monkeys just can't see it because you think that we've come so far and we're not that nation anymore. We're one nation and we can do this because we have elected our first black president. This is evident that racism no longer exists. You're an ape. And when you think like that, that's a product of ape thinking. And I'm going to continue to stand here and point this mirror in you monkey's face and force you savages to peer into it and see your own destruction of your own demise. The #1 problem in black America is black America.